Hello, welcome to my place. I want to take us to Hebrews chapter 2, verse 11. And it says, "For both he who sanctifies and those who are sanctified are all from one Father, for which reason he is not ashamed to call them brethren." What happened when you were born again? In Romans chapter 11, it says that you were grafted into the holy olive tree. In Romans chapter 8, and Galatians 4, and Ephesians 1, it says that you were adopted as sons into the family of God. The first thing I want to point out is that we all come from one, and that's God. And because of this, Jesus is not ashamed to call us his siblings. Now, Romans 8 also says that Jesus is the firstborn of many children. That's in verse 29. It goes on and calls us joint heirs with Jesus, our brother. Romans chapter 8, verse 17. What Jesus has, we have. 1 John 4:17 says that as Jesus is, so are we in this world. Think on that. It is unfathomable what we have through Jesus Christ. But then notice the first phrase of Hebrews chapter 2, verse 11. He who sanctifies and those who are sanctified are all from one Father. This verse alone shows that you are sanctified. Now, to sanctify is to set apart as holy, or to declare holy, or to free from sin. This is what Romans chapter 11 says as well for us. It says that because the root of the olive tree is holy, the branches are holy as well. It is also implied with us being adopted into the family that we have inherited the floodline. What I find interesting is Paul's choice of words. He says that we are adopted into the family. And I believe that Paul used these words because of how confused Nicodemus was when talking to Jesus about being born again. The deep thinkers that Paul talked to, and in fact, like Paul himself, would maybe find difficulty in the idea of being born again. So he uses the adoption terminology as well. But from God's perspective, you weren't just adopted in or grafted in. You were supernaturally born with brand new spiritual DNA that made you instantaneously like Jesus. Holy, righteous, justified, whole. A complete sibling of Jesus through and through. You are a part of the family of God because you were born into the family at your new birth of salvation. But don't forget that God has set you apart as holy. He has declared you holy and has freed you from sin. You need to see yourself as God does, and this is how he sees you. God bless you richly. See you next time.